Hello and welcome to another episode of 5-Minute Dissertation Diaries. My name is Marty Scholes and today is Sunday, August 20th, 2023. Let me tell you what I did this week. Earlier in the week, I had some questions about the focus group study I was doing for Qualtrics. I was asking for their help with. I provided some specifics. I decided to reread Saldaña's book, or at least the relevant portions of it. It's 400 and some odd pages, but it's where I want to spend my time. I reread chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 this week. In addition to that, I made a concept diagram for a meeting with my chair. I set time with my chair, and I misunderstood the timing of the meeting with my chair. I thought it was the 18th. Turns out it's the 25th. She offered to meet on Monday the 21st. That's tomorrow, so we set a time to meet. The methodologist approved the focus group protocol, and I met with my contact at Qualtrics to find out that my focus group, 3 people, 2 focus groups, $17,250. That's a lot of money that I didn't plan to spend. So before I do that, I want to talk to my chair and kind of walk through my options. So I'm meeting with my chair tomorrow to figure out what my options are. Like I said, did a lot of reading of Saldaña, and I made a diagram to really try to understand the codes. I guess now's as good a time as any. We're doing on time here. Now's as good a time as any to talk about the codes. I was doing probably descriptive coding, which Saldaña warns against because you lose context and nuance, but it's what a lot of people normally go to when they're doing codes. And I'll pull up my diagram here of kind of how I saw the relationship between the text and the codes and the categories and the themes. If you look up here, start with text. I just have 8 pieces of text here for this example, but those texts are really examples of a code. And let me jump back. This is how I was explaining it to myself. The text is an example of a code. So the code might be participant background, and the text would be an example of that. And the category might be, participant. So the participant background is a type of thing for participant. It's a type of participant entry. And the category supports some theme, some narrative that I come together with. And then, of course, answers the research questions. But here's a problem. I'm finding that I take a bunch of things, again, participant background, lumping it together, and just by having, pick a number, 20 entries with participant background, great, that tells me I got 20 entries for participant background, but tells me nothing about the nuance among those. Nothing that's useful other than they have something in common, but there's no way to synthesize against that. And that's why I started rereading Saldaña, because I wanted to try to understand a way to do that. What I realized is I'm probably doing structural coding right now, maybe descriptive coding, but I'll call it structural. It's a great first pass thing to do. Probably what I want to do is for my second coding cycle to go to a more causal coding, because my research questions ask about cause and effect, or at least precedent and antecedent and event. So I'll probably go to a causal coding type of thing, where there's subcodes for the antecedents, the conditions, and the outcome, and see where that gets me. It's probably where I'll explore next. But I was just dejected. I was like, this tells me nothing if I just roll these up into simple categories. You get no insight there other than some number of things fell into a code. And that's okay. Apparently that's part of the process. I'll be a lot better now, I realize. I'll be a lot better because I know a lot more. That's what I'm doing. I want to finish reading a little bit more in Saldaña, meet with my chair tomorrow. And really, I've got to decide what I'm going to do for my second data source, because clearly it's not going to be focus groups, at least not without some serious thought and reconsideration. That's all I've got. Hope you're doing well. Take care.